Alright guys, welcome back to another weekly update. So we are covering week 4. My husband just started week 5 today, so Sunday marks the new week ahead. So he has completely finished with week 4, which means he is halfway done, or more than halfway at this point. Week 4 was not that eventful on my end. I'm sure he kept busy and he had plenty of stuff to do like they always do, but on my end, I guess I thought I was gonna get more communication from him and I didn't. In the previous weeks, I have gotten at least 2 letters a week. The third week I did get 3, maybe 4, I think. And I was just very excited to go to the mailbox and see him like every single day, see his handwriting. But this week was a little different. I checked my mail Monday, there was nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. And then Thursday came and I finally did get a piece of mail from him that did include 2 letters. So he had written on 2 separate days, which often he will include a couple different days in each of the letters he sends. And it also did include my BMT guest pass. So because I am his wife, I don't necessarily need the guest pass if I do have my actual military ID, which I should be getting before he graduates. But if I happen to not get my ID before graduation, then I would need that guest pass to get onto base. So if you are not a direct dependent or you do not already have an ID yourself, you will need to make sure that your airman does add you to his list and mails you his guest pass. Now, I have seen on like Air Force Wing Moms and different Facebook pages that the guest pass doesn't get mailed until week 5 or later, but I received mine during week 4 on a Thursday, so he must have mailed it like the end of 3rd week, entering into 4th week. So I guess it just depends on your MTI and when they finalize or, I don't know, print out the passes. But I did already receive that, so I'm good to go. Thursday, I was potentially supposed to get a like payphone call as well. That did not happen. I hope he still got Base Liberty, which I briefly discussed in the last video. If you haven't seen that, he got Base Liberty, or should have gotten Base Liberty, for 2 hours on Thursday, which this would have been his first time exploring Lackland outside of the training squadron. Now, if he didn't call, I hope it was because the lines are too long or I told him not to worry about it. And I hope he like still got to do other things during his Base Liberty. And I hope it wasn't because he didn't get Base Liberty at all. Now, there's a chance that someone in the squadron messed up or they weren't doing their best as a unit and the MTI punished them by not giving them their Base Liberty. I am hoping that's not what happened. I am hoping that he was just enjoying his Base Liberty, doing other things, and I told him, don't stress about it, because I know every other airman is going to want to use that payphone. And it is bad quality when they call that I hear, so I was like, don't stress about it. I know other people need to call home a lot more because they're not doing well or they're just not processing the whole thing as well as you are. So don't stress about it if you don't get to use it. But I was like potentially looking forward to hearing him, but I did not. So if anybody knows when I could hear from him next, I have asked him in letters, but I haven't received an answer yet. I've also posted on my Facebook pages, and I haven't received a direct answer on that yet. So I would like to know when I hear from him next before graduation. I do know during Beast Week they do not do phone calls, they do not do letters. They are strictly doing their mock deployment, which I will get into when that happens. So that happened Thursday. Friday there was no letter, Saturday there was no letter, and then today obviously there's no mail on Sundays. So I am hoping that this week, we're entering week 5, I'm hoping there's a little more communication, a little more letters, because I do look forward to that. I am able to look over and read the previous letters, but something about new letters and new information is very nice. But that is pretty much all for week 4. It was not that eventful on my end, and I found that it went by slower because of that. I got pretty disappointed. I know my husband is very, very busy, but I got very disappointed to not get at least like 2 letters or multiple days of letters. So I was kind of bummed out, but I know they're super, super busy. I know he's okay. I know he's safe from all the previous letters and phone calls. I know he's enjoying himself. So I'm not too worried. Oh, he did get paid. So this was, week 4 was the first paycheck. So it did take, I guess, 5 weeks, because you have 0 week, first, second, third, and fourth. It took that long for him to get his first paycheck. Now, I do not believe it included our BAH. Or maybe, did I mention this in the last video? No. Okay. So it did not include our BAH, which is our housing allowance. That'll come in the next paycheck, which is the first of the month. But he did get his first paycheck, which I had read that it could take up to 4 to 5 weeks. Sometimes you could go the entire BMT without getting or seeing a paycheck, which I know is concerning for some spouses at home. But don't you worry, you will get back pay. But yeah, we did see that at the end of 4th week. But other than that, that's pretty much it on week 4. He did some classes, he did some training. I think he did like a sexual assault program or awareness. He did just some other courses and classes. I think they're really working on their physical training. Their tests are coming up, so they want to make sure that they're doing very well for that. Week 6, I hear, is a lot of the testing. So I think during week 4 and 5, they're practicing a lot of those things that they have learned just to make sure that they pass their test in 6. And then, of course, week 7 is Beast Week, and week 8 is graduation. So we are more than halfway through, and I'm very excited to see that because the first half was pretty rough emotionally. I would say the first 2 weeks are the hardest. So if you can get through those, you can keep pushing. But stay tuned for the rest of the updates. I am excited that we are seeing the home front of this, so I will keep you guys posted. All right, bye guys.